Hello and welcome back everybody once again to All the Mods 9. Today we are finally getting back into GregTech. We've got one thing we got to do first, and then we'll be diving in. Welcome Delta to the stream. Guys, I wanted to prepare some crazy storage for GregTech in the sense of 65M ME super storage cells because they do item, fluid, and chemical and source. And I was waiting to have enough Certus Quartz Crystal. I did assemble more Flawless Budding Certus in order to get enough. And it looks like we have finally enough, but here's the thing we're gonna do. Right now, there's only one working pattern for the 1K storage component. And to craft 45,000 of them, that would take a long time. So I'm going to demonstrate a way with applied energistics to make a rather sped up crafting of particular items at a time. The way we're going to do this is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put down some dense cable. Oh wait, you know what? This should be P2P dense. We'll place that here and a wireless connector, give it some energy cards and link to it. Hey Spike, how you doing today? We're gonna come over here and I'm gonna do this in this chunk right here. And what we'll do is over here, close to the wall, we'll put down the receiving end of our P2P. Then we will pull out of that P2P a few cables here. Oops. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up multiple molecular assemblers that are just for crafting this pattern. But we're still going to do it through a pattern provider, and you'll see what I mean by that. First, we'll get our channels. So we'll go over to our wall of P2P that we started. I believe it was in one of these corners. Here it is. And I'm going to grab this one. Oh, I went the wrong way. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. I've got crazy plans today. Yeah, Greg is not for the faint of heart for sure. I'm going to pull out this dense. Probably to the chunk border. And then all we got to do now is grab a bunch of molecular assemblers. We got to make sure we have enough acceleration cards on us. And some pattern providers. Now here's the thing I want to do though. So first I want to lay out how many there's going to be. So there's going to be one here. We're going every other two. Okay, so that gives us 5. We're going to make 5 clusters. So I want to take 5 pattern providers and take a Certus Quartz knife and a iron ingot. And what we're going to do is create a press calling this 1K storage. Then we'll go over to a inscriber, place this in the top, and press that name onto all of these. Doing this is going to allow... Uh-oh, the stream's having network issues. Hopefully it stabilizes. I have been having network issues today. please stabilize. I'm going to keep going though. We'll come over here. We'll get the acceleration cards in the bottom molecular assemblers and probably get a few more Excel cards queued. And now we're going to place these 1K, what we have called 1K storage pattern providers. Putting a molecular assembler in the back should bring them online. We'll go ahead and store Excel card these as well. And now when I come into my pattern screen, we can see we have 1K storage, which is great. Let's get the other molecular assemblers down. But what this is going to do is once we put the patterns in, each one of these 1K, each one of these pattern providers will have access to 6 molecular assemblers. So every 6, why is it doing this, stream? Why me? Every molecular assembler requires a coprocessor, and I have greatly expanded our main storage here. Ooh, a sleep charm. Let's buy a sleep charm while the stream figures out what it's doing. But as you can see up here, I have greatly increased the amount of co-processing units on our... Oh, I did this on the wrong one. Huh. Well, we're going to have to do some more expansion before we start crafting here. In fact, why don't I get this? Let's come over here to Mega Crafter, and instead of crafting a 256M, I'm just going to craft a couple 1M. So let's make a pattern for these. Oops, not the 1K storage. We'll fix that in a second. And I'm going to try to craft 2 of these. That's going to use a bit of the Certus we had saved up, but we should be okay. In the meantime, let's keep setting this up. So now we need the patterns. All of these are going to be for 1K storage component. And we have 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I really wish I could... I'm going to try to modify the bitrate. We'll see if that's more stable. But in each of these extended pattern providers, I'm going to put my 1K cells in. And then seal the tops. With, oh, sushi. Seal the tops with more molecular assemblers. So now, because of the amount of coprocessors we have, this should kick on to craft 1K storage components. Let me get everything cleaned up. And I'm going to switch to a sleep charm, actually. Wait, oh, it's a slot charm. It's not a necklace. What other charms do I have? I'm gonna take off my magnet here. I don't use this magnet anymore. And let's see if our 1Ms are done. It looks like they are. We're going to come over here. We're going to take out these weaker coprocessors and put the 1Ms in. And I've gone ahead and set this unit. What we're going to do is change this to requests by players only. Now, let's see if we still have enough Certus to craft a 65M. We do. And when we press start, we should see almost all of these kick on. Oh yeah, look at that. And as we can tell if we look at it, look at the speed at which it is crafting the 46,000 1K storage components. Beautiful. While that's running, we need to quickly make, if we pull up our GregTech, which I believe is in a, is it still in a chest? I don't think it is. I think if I @Greg. Yeah, okay, we've got a few things here. So what we're trying to make, if we come down to Steam Age, we're trying to make 32 basic electronic circuits. We need to make glass tubes, which says smash some glass with a hammer and alloy smelt the dust with a casting mold to make a glass tube. So we're going to favorite glass tube. And to make the casting mold ball, we just need a hammer and empty mold. So what I'll do is come into my AE terminal. As we can see, we need steel plates currently. Let's see if we can make the mold now. And make it ball. Oh, it had a hammer already in there. Let's try that again. I can do this, I swear. Okay, casting mold ball. And this is going to be in our alloy smelter. And we need glass dust, which says we can just smash it with a hammer. So I'm going to auto craft a bit of glass here. And try that again. We also have finally lost our GregTech hammer. I do want to, we're going to have to start making patterns for everything. For now, we are going to use steel GregTech tools. I'm going to make a pattern for steel hammer. And I totally forgot. Let's come over here. I don't really want to break this to edit it. I wonder if we can edit this in a extended pattern terminal. Let me find out. Okay, it doesn't look like we can. So we're going to need to temporarily just deal with it until the craft is done. We'll scroll down to our actual molecular assemblers. And let's get a few hammers made. Now, glass tubes, we should just have to put them in here. And we've got a bit of steam stored. Nice, Delta. Good idea with the steel. Let's grab just a few pieces of coal to push us through the last of this age. Now, the glass tubes are combined with steel bolt and copper wire. Hey, Minister of Gaming, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. How are you? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. Let's make a few patterns here. This is why we expanded our pattern crafting. We'll make a pattern for basic electronic circuit. We'll make one for red alloy cable. Make one for red alloy wire. Now, looking at red alloy wire, it is cutters and alloy plate. You're doing good. Good to hear it. And a red alloy plate is simply a hammer and red alloy ingots. We'll need to make some. Love the vids. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll need to make some more red alloy ingot in our smelter, which is just redstone and copper dust. So let's grab some redstone and copper dust. Or you know what? There's another form of red alloy we can make, but you know what? We'll stick with Greg. We'll make patterns for these alloy ingots once we're in LV. We're waiting till we're in LV to do that. Let's get some copper dust. Come over here. Oh, it had to be. This one does not have its steam. I set these up and I did not do the steam. There we go. So now it's running. We can keep working on patterns in the meantime. If we take a look, I'm wondering how fast. Oh, look at how fast we have crafted this. Keeps you sane from doing math. Well, I'm glad I can help. As we can see, the next bottleneck is 4K. You'll see I'll modify this to do the 4Ks too. But in the meantime, ooh, you know what? We can actually get a few 4Ks. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think that should be enough. We should have named these 1 and 4K, but it'll switch to the 4Ks, keep crafting even faster. Gotta love it. Looks good to me. But back to our patterns. Let's continue our basic electronic circuit patterns. We need a pattern for vacuum tubes themselves, which has copper wire, which has copper plate, which we are just going to use the GregTech hammer method. And why don't we make some more steel GregTech tool patterns for AE2 to use. We'll come over here. How much, so fast, how much have I missed? I haven't had time to watch for like 3 weeks. I've just been preparing to do GregTech. That's all I've really been doing. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. Let's just make a bunch of patterns really fast. Give me just a moment here. I'm gonna make a bunch of the tools, basically. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll respond as much as I can. Got to keep the train of thought going for GregTech. It's a little complicated. But we'll come back to the microprocessor here in our pattern screen. And in the vacuum tube, we need steel bolts as a pattern. And we need more patterns themselves. We need steel rods as a pattern. I'm going to keep placing these. Come back here. And in the vacuum tube, we're manually making glass tubes, so those are done. Resistors, however, we need to make, we're probably going to use coal dust and regular copper wire. And I will just make a, there's a lot of ways to get coal dust, but we'll choose a method here in a moment. Let's keep going in the patterns. We do need resin printed circuit as a pattern and resin circuit board as another pattern. And now what we can do, kind of theoretically, we can see how many resources we are short for 32 of these. So we need steel bolt, we need the red alloy, we need coal dust, and we need rubber sheets. Well, we're going to make red alloy here in our alloy smelter in a moment. Oh, looks like alloy smelter is not quite getting enough steam. Our one boiler isn't quite keeping up. But there is another way we can get red alloy. Bye, man. Have a great, amazing, spectacular, splendid day and weekend. You too as well, Minister. Thanks for hanging out. Red alloy has a GregTech version, but also has the more red version, which is just iron or copper and redstone in a jumbo smelter. So I'm just going to do that method. For some materials here. Let's go ahead and come over to our jumbo smelter and feed it materials. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm being messaged currently. But here's some red alloy ingot. I'm not sure if it'll use it. Let's find out. If we go to craft those circuits now, does it say it has more red alloy? No, it does want the GregTech. That's fine. What I'm going to do is get another... Okay, no, it's heating up. It's heating up. We'll be okay. I'm going to feed this some more coal. And as it heats up, the amount of steam it produces also increases. I'm going to let this stock on. Yeah, it's going to keep getting stuck until this is done. Tell you what I'll do is disconnect here. Let this build up some steam so it can finish the craft. Once we've got about 1,000, I'm going to connect it again. Ah, darn. Wasn't enough. Tell you what, we'll disconnect it. And why don't we get another boiler? We've got a few to do here. So what I'll do is I'll put down a low pressure steam boiler, another mechanical pipe, And my brain will work here. We do need more pipe, which I don't think we've made a pattern for small copper fluid pipe. Is that the right kind? Oh no, it's small bronze we're using. Let me put the copper away and type bronze. Wasn't aware we were using bronze, but it is what it is. Okay. We should be able to craft some more of this now. And I'm going to put them all along the top and wrench them together. So we'll come here and we'll say down, down, down. Or I guess what we could do, we don't need, I don't think we need these parts. So let me cap those. We only need that. Grab some more coal. Tell you what, let's just get the boilers really rocking here. Get our glass tubes, get our alloy, and then we need rubber sheets, which is an alloy smelter as well with a casting mold plate. We have not made a casting mold plate yet. Scroll down, casting mold plate. Oh, we didn't make the empty mold pattern. But the reason we're making patterns for everything is in GregTech, you tend to end up needing everything. So having these patterns will be useful. And we're going to try to store the items separately from the main network. Let me get one more alloy smelter, low pressure. And we need a bronze brick casing. Place that here, place our pipe, vent, connect. And we'll do the casting mold plate, and it is used with rubber ingots. What'd we get? Ooh, normal bronze. Very nice. And looks like we have made a few of the rubber ingots already. Let's throw those in. We'll see if this, I think all the steams, yeah, we are just not, we need this one to really heat up. So I will just let us build up steam for a little bit. Looks like our supercell is done. And the way we're going to use this is you'll see I have brought a P2P line over here. And I wanted to come to the center chunk. And right here, and don't worry, we're going to switch from using FTB chunks to using, oops, wrong thing. To using AE2 chunk loading because it's better. But this will give us the ability to bring our network over Let me turn on my magnet and dig this out a bit. Oop. Let me put some stone. Yeah, the idea is to store everything in a kind of like a subnet. So I'm going to go P2P. Grab a channel. And what I'm going to do here is pull out some cable. And as part of it, we're going to switch to smaller cable. Place a storage bus on the end of this into a interface. And we need to make a whole new cable color for GregTech. Now, GregTech, I was thinking we're going to use purple. Don't know why. I just like purple. So let's make a purple dye pattern. Afternoon Fallen, how's it going today? Oh, it's going. It's going all right. Hope you're having a good day. And then I need patterns for purple smart and purple dense. And from here on out, purple is going to be the GregTech item storage network. And I'm going to get ourselves an extended drive, which is also purple. That works out better than I thought it would. And we'll need some controllers. Now, what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to place down quite a few items here. We're making a extensive or advanced ME subnet. So we'll go ahead and go cable into dense, dense, dense into a beginning of a controller cube. And I want to just power this from the main network. So right here, I'm going to grab a quartz cable. And I'm going to bring over the purple ports to separate the networks and Fluix. That should bring this online. And we'll use covers to hide all of this. Now, as part of this network, we are going to have a storage area. So I'm going to pull over this dense. And above it and below it is where we are going to add our drive bays with our super storage cell. Now, I don't want the main network using this, so its storage bus is going to be super negative. This is going to purely be for GregTech itself. And then I'm kind of debating. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let me see if we've got some steam built up. We've got a good amount. We should be able to reconnect here. Get our glass tubes, get our rubber molds, hopefully. Maybe the pipes can't. Is this really just not enough steam still? I guess this boiler's still heating up. This one's not getting steam. It's all going into here. Yeah, this is barely enough to even run one alloy smelter, so eventually we'll get all of our items. What I'm going to do is kind of help us out here by speeding that machine up and speeding this machine up. Okay, it's still not getting enough steam. Oh, you have to speed up the pipes too? I'm out of time. Darn, we shouldn't have sped this up, it seems. That was a waste. Well, lesson learned. Lesson learned indeed. But the way we're going to control these networks, guys, the purple GregTech network is where items will be input. The blue main network is where items will be output for the most part. And the storage bus makes the items visible on the main network, which is great. Let's see. They're both in full steam production mode. Did I... I don't understand why that one's not getting any steam. We'll find out. I do only need... six more? Then 5 more. Yeah, there we go. We only need the... Oh no, we do need more glass bulbs. Well, this will take a second. We can take a look here. Start reading here. All LV machines are gated behind this circuit. It is recommended that you keep your steam machines around as they'll be quite useful in the next chapter. Yep, batch crafting. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot to set up here. But we're working our way towards low voltage, which we're gonna come in from the basic electronic circuit and start building other machines. Now, something we can do once we have circuits is make a large bronze boiler, which we're gonna use with various machines here. But the big thing we're trying to get to in the LV age is there is a EU here. Let's just type convert. And as we can see here, there's the ultra low voltage and the low voltage 1 amp energy converter turns FE to EU. That's what we want to use. And we just have to get an LV machine hole, 1 processor, and then we'll be able to produce the amp. But right now everything's running off steam, so there's no real use here for the LV yet. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. It's just going to take time. Let's have a look at our materials here. How are we doing in getting 32 processors? Yeah, I will just be using the converter donut. Or, gosh, chip. Nope, that didn't pull it up either. Why can't I remember the name? Electronic circuit. That's what we're looking for. Let's see how close we are to 32 of these. Glass, rubber, we need to bolt, and we need more coal dust. And to make the coal dust for GregTech, there's a couple methods. Now, the macerator is what we were using before. We were using it on the coal ore. And I think we could also just do direct coal. And I think we're going to do some direct coal in the macerator. Yeah, we are too short on steam at the moment. We'll do this coal and then we should be good. We could also try getting another boiler. And I'm going to just start making patterns for these. Oh, you know what? Now that our supercell's done crafting, I'm going to come over here and take off the tops so that I can come to these and hide them. Then we'll put all 5 back. Accelerate them. And now when I go into my pattern window, we're directly in the molecular assemblers. Let's grab the boilers. Some more mech pipe. Some more small bronze fluid. Oops. And one day I will stop putting my wrench away. Like, give me a steel wrench. And let's get these all connected. And then I think it's time we pull out a P2P here. So we're gonna need some cyan. And regular cable. A tunnel and a memory card. And we're just gonna auto export coal as the first function of this P2P section. Now, I believe we've gotten that color. We haven't gotten the back. There we go. That was over here. And then I'm going to pull out a dense for a ways. And then switch. You know what? We'll do dense all the way down. And then right here, I'm going to go smart cable all the way up with export buses. For coal. And I'm too lazy to transfer that setting, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it. No need to accelerate them. And now we should be getting more steam. We do need more redstone over here. And while we're waiting for things to craft, we can start with our facades. So for those who don't know, facades are made with cable anchors and any block. I'm going to type in stone, clear this, and I'm going to place this in such a way that we get stone facades. Oops, I didn't mean to put the pattern away. And I'm going to make a facade for the entire build palette we are using. See, that was cracked, and then we have cobbled and large. Let me grab that pattern we mistakenly put away. And now we should be able to grab our facades. I'm going to make about 100 of each. Give this more redstone. And fill our hotbar with the facades. And what I'll do is just rotate through a couple of these to cover that up. Why don't we do the same over here? Just kind of try to keep things a bit clean. Yeah, we should be able to enter LV today. I hope. Let's see, how much more do I need of everything? A lot of red alloy. So I might actually grab a cable and bring it over here for the time being. This is just going to be temporary till we do pattern setups. And what I'm going to do is tell this to export copper dust. Give it a crafting card. Set this to round robin. And also have it export redstone dust. And I'm going to make a copper dust pattern using the hammers. No way, are we really not getting enough steam from all these? Oh, they're still heating up. They are definitely still heating up. Let's give them a little boost. And I'm almost out of time here. Like in a bottle, time in a bottle. That will just sit here producing red alloy for us. And I think our pipes aren't transferring fast enough. I'm gonna play it safe. You know, I was thinking maybe we need to run more pipes, but yeah, I don't know if these small bronze fluid pipes are enough. Yeah, they only transfer 40 liters a tick. And we are now producing more than that. We might need to switch to large bronze. So I'm going to break all of these pipes. Grab our large. Make sure we say machine and pipe next to it. And bring them up. Make sure we connect. Yeah, down is connected. Up, up, over. That should be working now. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. I'm curious. This is getting some steam to it. I might be able to try and keep working on our glass bulbs over here. I do need some more glass dust. And we need the ball mold. We'll try seeing if we can support that. I really need these to heat up. Oh, can it really not? This is why I can't wait to be using energy, guys. Let me tell you. Because the steam is just sitting over here. It's not being pulled. I'm going to just try this. I have no idea if this is going to work. Hey, it's working. Okay, so now we're getting the steam more spread out. See how we're doing. So I'm noticing it needs steel screw, and our coal dust should be done. So I'm going to type steel screw and make that pattern. And we're going to need to make more of the rubber sheets, but I just don't have... excuse me, I don't have the alloy smelters available. I do want us to have a very good amount of rubber tree ready to go. So I'm going to come over in our storage area, and in the back here, I'm going to put down some botany pots. With, if I can, premium farm. Yeah, I made some. Perfect. Give this a sap. Oh, the rubber sapling can't be used in the botany pots. Oh no. Okay, so we can't use the botany pots. That's fine. There's other ways to grow these saplings. If we look at the uses, I am curious if it works, what machines it works in specifically. Oh no, it has to be grown. So you have to do lots of chopping. Well, there is a method we can use to automate these. We'll probably do it up here somewhere, but we're going to use builders. I may have to set that up later. We have enough for now, and that's what matters. Are we almost done with the red alloy? $35 and $23 glass. I also don't know if we have enough rubber. Yeah, we got to make more rubber ingot, which was also the alloy smelter. And we were doing the sulfur with raw rubber pulp. So once we get 32 red alloy, we'll change that over. I am curious, I might be able to jump ahead. Just make a few basic electronic circuits. Hear me out, guys. I'm going to come to LV. And the first thing I'm going to make is a LV 1 amp converter with LV machine hole. Ah, no, because we have to make the wrought iron. Dang it. No, not the sticky resin, just all the different materials we need from it. The wrought iron. I'm curious what the quest says about wrought iron. Oh, you can do it in a normal smelter? Oh, okay, never mind. Easy, easy. So I'm going to type iron nugget. Come to our pattern provider. And what I'm going to do... What I'm going to do is this. Give me just a second, folks. We're going to make a pattern that is processing and is 64 iron nuggets to 64 wrought. Place that in there. Then we're going to make a nugget to ingot pattern. And if we hop back over to LV machine casing. Oop, not the machine casing. There it is. We needed... Oh, these ones are tin. Let me get tin set up. Okay, perfect. Wrought iron plate as a pattern. And I think we can make a one... Ah, we need more of the rubber sheets. Wait, but we have 32. Did I use them all in the circuits? Is that why? Darn it. Well, we're about to be making rubber sheets anyway. Let me pause this. The boilers are... the steam is having a hard time. I really didn't want to do it this way, but I kind of have to. I'm going to take some sulfur and wood pulp. Oh, I thought I had rubber pulp. I do. We're good. We'll make some rubber here. Make the sheets, and I'm going to try to make the LV casing, because if we look at LV, we could make a LV basic alloy smelter. Let's start making the patterns for this. Looks like a player needs some dragon scales. Let's go trade this player some items. And hopefully we'll be able to make some rubber plates when this is done, to make the converter and to make the alloy smelter. And then we can just use energy instead of steam, which should work fantastic. Best thing I found for steam is from the burner pipe is pipe it to a tank, then from the tank to machines. I'm trying to skip most of the steam. If I'm being honest, I'm trying to jump to LV faster than I am supposed to. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think anything that moves liquid works with it. So something I could do, I could actually start storing steam in the ME network, in the supercell we made, to be used at other machines. I don't know how that works with temperature. Let's see if we can make our converter now. And our alloy smelter needs what? Oh, it's ready. Oh. Okay, let's take these and a point. And this produces 1 amp 32 EU. 32 EU, that's what we need. We need a wire that handles That's the max amperage. Loss is 6 EU a volt versus... I might just use regular copper wire here for the moment. I just want to give this a try. So alloy smelter, wire, and converter. And change the sides. Here, let's actually break the wire. I think I have to face this. Oh, that works, I guess. No, I want this facing this way. Oh, can this wire not... Here, let me read. Does this have anything about the converters, about what can connect to them? I don't think it does. I think I have to use... How doth I get this to connect? I know it's not covered yet. There's probably a form of carrying the something that has to connect to the wire. Converters can only use Greg cable. This is copper wire, which is supposed to carry power. Greg copper wire. Yeah, I know that, but I'm trying to figure out why my Greg copper wire is not connecting. Right click the block. Soft mallet. Got it, guys. Soft mallet. We can make a rubber soft mallet. I don't know if we have enough rubber. We'll need to grab some from here. Oh, froze. You guys are, what are you guys trying to make me do here? The mallet's not doing anything. Ah, wire cutters. What are you guys trying to tell me to do with a soft mallet? Then I think I needed to tell this to receive power. Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it. Got it. Okay, so now that this can work, I wanted to look at a couple of tiers here of the options here. Oh, that's cool. There's even an auto section. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed, but I should now be able to do this. Perfect. And what we'll do is switch everything to LV from Steam and then we'll set up crafting patterns. I think is the game plan. Now that this is working, perfect. Got it. That makes sense, guys. Now that doesn't worry about Steam, which is great. I'm going to break this pipe. We'll probably still have to use Steam for a couple shenanigans, but we should be okay. To fully move to LV. Awesome sauce, guys. That makes me happy. Oops. We'll move to LV. We'll get auto crafting set up. It's going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this episode of moving into the LV tier. We've got the converter. We've got the LV blocks. There's a lot to do. Stay tuned for that. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next episode. But for now, bye-bye.